Hey everyone, happy Friday. Today I wanted to share some thoughts about staying busy serving Jesus. I recently heard a quote that said, "It's hard to throw stones when you're busy washing feet." I kind of want to elaborate on this idea some and just talk about the fact that we need to be prioritizing our time. I feel like this is a very common idea, whether it's making sure we get our homework done, not being late for work, or carving out time to go to the gym. We are constantly choosing how we spend our time and what we put our focus on. I think sometimes we forget the fact that we can only do one thing at a time. We can only have one attitude at a time. So if we're choosing to have a bad attitude or an un-Christ-like attitude, then we are not choosing to love and serve like Jesus. But I think a lot of times we get caught up in things that aren't inherently bad. They're good things, but we start to let them take control of our lives. And very slowly, we find ourselves not spending time in God's Word, not praying anymore, and we definitely don't have time to go out of our way to serve other people. There have been multiple times in my life where I have found myself in these same positions, where maybe I started focusing on a relationship or a friendship. Maybe I got caught up in my work or my education, or maybe I just felt tired and unmotivated. But whatever the case was, I can tell you that only bad things come after I lose focus on Jesus. Even though nothing is wrong with relationships, friendships, work, education, or anything like that. But if we start becoming obsessive and we're putting all of our time and energy into these things, what do we have left for Jesus? We don't have any time left to wash feet or to serve other people. So I want to share 3 practical ways to get our focus back to God. The first is start small. God doesn't ask us to start running homeless shelters or travel around the world preaching, although those are great things. But if you're having a hard time prioritizing God and serving others, then trying to jump headfirst into really hard things is going to be virtually impossible to sustain. I want to encourage you to look for little ways to serve people. Start doing little things that make you feel closer to Jesus, and do more things that remind you of God and His presence. There are so many opportunities throughout your day to be like Jesus and to serve other people. And once you start looking for those, you will be amazed at all the small things you can do. The second thing is pray about it. And I am always so impressed by how many opportunities God gives me when I pray about this. When I ask God to help me focus on Jesus or to give me someone I can serve, that entire day is filled with chances for me to share Jesus with people and to keep Him at the front of my mind. It also reminds me to have this mindset of focusing on Jesus and not letting other things distract me. Which leads me to the third and final application, and that is set goals. Hold yourself accountable. Set 1 or 2 goals for yourself every day, and it can be something as small as sending someone a Bible verse or checking up on someone. Or you can get more structured about finding things that make you focus on Jesus. Maybe reach out to the community, start volunteering somewhere, cook someone a meal, or help someone with a move. Whatever you decide to do, start being more diligent about serving other people and being like Jesus. Start filling your time up with Jesus-like things, and don't let yourself get distracted by things that may be pulling you away from Jesus. I hope that this has been a helpful reminder for all of you and a good opportunity to think about the fact that life is hard, but it's a lot harder without Jesus. So I wanted to encourage you and myself to start washing more feet.